focus on hitting your goals in every area of your business. Remember, the universe rewards the bold. A leader has to take the risks.
You guys are excited. Daniel Alonzo, Masterclass. Let's become masters of our craft. Okay, so look, what I decided to do back in 1996 is I told myself I'm going to become a master at this deal. I didn't want to just do it. I didn't want this to be some little spare time, little opportunity, but I wanted it to be a serious business. I knew that it was a multi-million dollar chance for me. I knew it wasn't a get-rich-quick scheme. I knew that it was going to take a lot of hard work. I knew that it was going to take time. But I knew that if I mastered my stuff, nothing could stop me. And a lot of people, they come into the business, whether they're, they've ever done sales, maybe they haven't done sales, but they're really self-conscious because they just don't know the answers to the questions. And so what I want you to know is when you become a master, when this thing really starts to become, everything that you need it to become, and you know the answers to the test, that's when it starts getting great. That's when it starts getting easy and fun. I was talking to a new recruit right now before I got on with you guys. By the way, I'm still in the field. I'm still recruiting like crazy. I'm still writing 10 grand a month. I'm still recruiting a lot of directs. I'm still building a team. I'm still building a base shop. So I want you to know is financially independent as I've become, I'm still doing it because I love the game. I love the process. I want to help people. I want to help every single one of you guys get financially independent. It is worth it for you to go get yours. It is worth it for you to make it happen for you and your family. Okay, so this is what I want to do real quick. Hang on. Let me just move this up here so I can see a little bit better. All right. Okay. So before I get going, I just want to remind you all that I am on Clubhouse. If you haven't got on Clubhouse, make sure you get on Clubhouse. TikTok, right? I got about like 5 videos on TikTok, so you can even check me out there. And then, of course, YouTube. I have an amazing YouTube channel. I think we have like 7,500 subscribers so far. I'm really, really proud of that. We're posting stuff up every single day. There is literally a new video every 5 days a week. Every single day we have a brand new video on YouTube. Of course, Twitter, follow me there. Facebook, I'm on Facebook. I don't answer a lot of my messages, nor do I answer a lot of comments on Facebook, just FYI. You can catch me mostly on Instagram. Okay, so Instagram is where you want to communicate with me. And by the way, if you ever have an extra question, there's ever something you don't understand, you want more information, just DM me on Instagram. I answer all of my DMs on Instagram. Love, love, love that I get to be a part of that, this whole journey with y'all. All right, so let's talk about the law. Number one, the law. So what's the law? What is a law? A law is something that is in the books. It's absolute. This is what you're supposed to do. And just as most laws, a lot of people don't follow the dang laws, do they? We know that. Just drive on the freeway. Nobody drives 55 or 65. Everybody drives 80 because they don't follow the law. Well, I want you in the next couple of minutes to really think about what the law means and ask yourself, are you going to follow the law? I want you to follow the law. This is going to be a law. We're going to talk about this law, and this law changed my life. I'm going to tell you about the law, but I'm going to show you practically how this law changed my life. So what's that law? The law is the law of attraction. It's a philosophy suggesting that positive thoughts bring positive results into a person's life, while negative thoughts bring negative outcomes. So, look, let's be honest. We're all grown-ups here. We're all adults here. Let's be honest. If you think negative shit, you're probably going to get more negative shit. If you're always thinking that it's not possible, well, then it's probably not going to be possible. So what we're going to make a decision tonight to do is to follow the law, to follow this law that's saying that positive thoughts bring about positive results. These are we could debate it. We could say, well, I'm not sure if that's always true. I've been thinking positive thoughts, the last 3 days, and I got a ticket. That shit doesn't work, and I don't believe in all that stuff. Well, guess what? The law means that if whatever you're thinking about with courage, with determination, with passion, the things that you're thinking about will ultimately become your reality. Now, what did I say? I said courage, determination, passion. So it's not just I get up in the morning, I think about it. I think about it with passion. I think about it with intensity. I think about things like they actually matter to me, like they're important to me. So when I got into business, I figured this out very young. Figured this out at 21, 22 years old. I figured out that whatever I was putting out into the world, I was getting back. And so we have to decide that this is a law and that you're going to follow that law. When you decide that, well, guess what? Things will start manifesting in your life. Not tomorrow, may take you 3 months, may take you a year, it may take you an hour. But the universe works its magic in its own time. Time means everything. But what I do know is that I could have been negative for the last 25 years. And I guarantee you my life wouldn't have been as good, wouldn't have been created as good as it is today. So just let that sink in tonight as we're having this conversation, because it starts with that. You're going to attract things into your life based on how you're thinking. So so let me give you some practical things that I did when I decided that I was going to follow this law, and that this law actually meant something to me and it was important to me. So what I did, the first thing I did was I put together 150 goals for a lifetime. So I just started writing, okay? And I have them all in my iPad today. But I just, it was before iPads, of course. This was in 1996. I just had gotten licensed, and I wrote down everything that I ever dreamt of wanting. Now, you can't just write down things that are that you feel are like easy. You're supposed to write down what you feel, not what's practical, not what you think everybody wants you to say, or without you dreaming big. I want you to dream big. I want you to think of everything that you've ever wanted. I mean, think about it. Like if I told you, wake up in the morning and you tell me, what miracle do you want to happen in the morning? What dream do you want? Tomorrow morning, you wake up, you had this amazing miracle that happened to you. What is that miracle? What is that dream? Those are the things that you want to start writing down. Look, I mean, you guys saw my positive vibes each morning. You saw me. I get up every day and I go, great things always happen to me. Right? I get in the shower. I'm alive and awake. I feel great. I feel good. I feel fine. I feel this way all the time. Now, do all things happen to me perfectly every single day? Absolutely not. Got lots of issues, problems, challenges, like everybody in the world. I just believe that my challenges get overcome quicker, faster, better than most people, because most people, all they're doing is complaining, all they're doing is whining and crying about everything. I'm going to have positive vibes. I'm going to be excited. I'm going to get fired up about my life, about the morning, about the day. I walk around with the breathe deep, look out the window, look at the trees and go, oh my God, I got another day. I'm so excited. I got another day to try to fulfill some dreams, to try to do some good, to have some fun, right? A dream video at night. So before I go to bed, I have a dream video that I watch in my phone. So what I did was all of my intentions for my business and for my life and for my future, I put little images of those pictures inside of a little iMovie. Put a song in there, really motivating song. And every single night before I go to bed, I listen and watch that video, my dream video. 4 minutes long. It's not forever, doesn't take forever, but I watch it because what happens is now my subconscious mind is figuring out ways to create everything that I'm dreaming of. That video is my dreams. The video seeps into my subconscious brain. Therefore, all night long, 6, 7, 8 hours a night, my mind is working. It is creating, manifesting those dreams into my reality. We are all creating either good or bad. We are all dreaming either exciting things or not exciting things. Pushed up people, tried to be that positive, inspirational guy to all my business partners through the years, created a positive environment. I don't want to hear about your negative crap that's going on in the world. Now, if you have a legitimate challenge and you want to come to me and we can have a conversation, of course, I'm going to try to be there for you, try to, hang out with you and try to help you solve whatever issue or challenge you might be having. But the truth is, if you come to me with a problem and you don't have a solution for that problem, it's probably going to be a short conversation. Because the first thing I'm going to ask you is, what's the solution? What do you think we should do? What do you think we could do to make this a better situation for you? But it's got to be an environment that says we're going to push the negatives up and the positives down. I do not ever want to talk negatively to my downline team of agents. That is a wreck. That is a mess. My business partners are going to see me positive and excited and pumped up and fired up all the time. Now, I'm not saying I'm not a tough coach sometimes. So as a leader, sometimes you're going to be tough, but it's toughness with a solution, a toughness with a plan. It's letting people know that we're not going to fold, that we're not going to give up. It's letting your teammates know that you expect more of them. You expect them to be great. And sometimes my voice gets loud. Sometimes I might get into that guy's face because I want to make sure he knows that I'm serious and we're going someplace and I care about him or her and we're going to make a difference together. You see, your limiting beliefs are stopping you from being the best version of yourself. So the things that are limiting, so for example, for me, when I came in the business, I was young. I didn't know anything about anything. So guess what? I had to decide that I was no longer going to be afraid of people. I was afraid of people. I was afraid of not being smart enough. I was afraid of not having all the answers. I was afraid of tall white guys. Okay, I mean, I know that sounds funny, but I'm a short I came in this 21 years old. I was a short Mexican kid. I'm still short. I'm still Mexican, but I'm a lot more confident today than I was at 21. And I get it. A lot of you, and you don't have to be 21 to not be confident. Some of you guys are 51 and you're not confident. It's because there's something inside of your brain right now that is limiting you, that's stopping you, that's holding you back from becoming everything that you want to become. So how do you eliminate that limiting belief? How do you crush that limiting belief? Well, the easiest way to do it, and I'm not going to do this completely right now, but just as a little tip for y'all, what you need to do is you need to lock yourself in a dark room, and you need to visualize in your mind's eye. It's called the Dickens pattern, by the way. Is you're going to visualize in your mind's eye what your life is going to be like in the next 5 and 10 years if you continue to allow that limiting belief to hold you back. So I visualized in my mind's eye. I said, if I continue to not be confident, if I continue to worry about what other people think about me, if I continue to allow these people to intimidate me, if I continue to not be on my game, I am going to 10 years from now, I will not accomplish all those dreams that I wrote down. And so what you do is you play that scenario in your mind. What's the, like, I'm going to have a bad life. I'm not going to have the dream life. I'm not going to be able to have a house that I want. I'm probably going to be poor. I'm going to probably be broke. So I visualize that over and over and over, just like a record in my head. I visualize over, and people might say, well, wait a minute, that's not too positive, Daniel. I thought you just said you had to be positive. You need to be motivated and excited all the time. That's not very positive. Well, what you're doing is you're creating the vision of what it's going to look like. And then what you do is, as soon as you're done visualizing that, then you go back and you start thinking and visualizing how your life is going to look if you decided to overcome that belief. The first challenge is going to make you cry. The second challenge is going to make you excited. And then, so what you get to do now is you get to decide, what life do you want? We've never really done this. Most of us have never taken the time to do this. So we're gonna look at both scenarios and we're say, hey, what do we want our life to look like? And if we want to have a better life, a more joyful life, a more dream-filled life, then we're going to have to stop and crush those limiting beliefs. Just remember, our brain is like a record. Okay, what you got to do every now and then, every once in a while, you got to take that brain off. You need to scratch, right, that record off your head, right? You need to scratch it up, get it all nasty and scratched up, and you put it back on. You say, let's go. Let's figure it out. This is a new journey, a new direction, a new way of playing life, a new way of doing great things. We have the power to do that. You just got to crush those limiting beliefs. All right, number 2. These are the 3 things that I told you I wanted to cover today. Number 2 is duplicate you. Duplicate you. What does that mean? That means monkey see, monkey do. Right? We've all heard that before. Well, I want you to think about that for a second. That is the way that our business works. We are a monkey see, monkey do business. We are a duplication business. We are a lead from the front business. We are a leadership company. And so what happens is that what we're going to do is everything we're doing is for the reason of replicating the process. Okay. So everything I do, like, for example, right now, I am recording this video, right? This session, this lesson, this Masterclass. I am recording it. Why am I recording it? It's for duplication. It will be played again and again and again and again. It'll be played through the podcast. It'll be played through the YouTube channel. It'll be played all over the place. It'll be given, I'll even have copies of this or links set up where I can shoot them right to one of my agents, whatever. I'm always thinking about duplicating the process. So if you're on an appointment, especially it's a great era to duplicate because we have Zoom. So if you're on an appointment, just ask the client, would you mind if I recorded it? So that way you're able to replicate what you're saying and then give that information to your teammates, to your new recruits that are coming up. Now, can you train them one-on-one? Of course you can. But to me, it's always better when I give a perfect presentation on video, and then I give that perfect presentation to a new recruit. Then the new recruit, every single time they listen to that or they watch that, they're going to hear the same thing over and over and over again, the right way, every single time. So what do we replicate, especially in the beginning? What do we replicate? Number one, showing up. And I know that if I recruit John and John doesn't show up, John is not going to build a team because his team is not going to show up. And if John doesn't show up and his team doesn't show up, then there is no team. So step number one is you got to show up. You got to replicate that habit. And it's got to be consistent. It can't be when you feel like it. It's going to be when you don't feel like it. I remember telling somebody a long time ago, they said, hey, when should I show up? And I said, well, show up when you feel like it and show up when you don't feel like it. And if you do that, you'll always show up. Number two, setting up appointments. So when I'm talking to my new recruits, I want to continually tell them about how many appointments that I've booked out. So number one, I want to be the leader. I want to book a lot of appointments. And then I want to tell my new recruits about all the appointments that I'm booking out because they're watching me and they will do what I do. Bring others. Of course, when I get a new guest involved, when I get a new recruit involved, what do you think I'm doing? I'm always telling my team, hey, I got this new person. Oh, this new person's going to be awesome. This new person's going to be great. Right now, some people, they look at me and they go, well, you're just a bragger. You just brag all the time. You're just trying to make us feel bad because you're doing so good right now. But in reality, that's not what I'm actually doing. What I'm doing is I'm trying to inspire my new team, my new recruits, whoever. I'm trying to inspire them to do the same thing. Now, think about it. If I'm doing all these things and I get all my people doing all these things and they're excited about doing these things, that is what an amazing team looks like. If everybody showed up, we'd have big attendance. If we always had big attendance, then we would book a lot of appointments. If we are always booking appointments, then guess what we're doing? We're bringing other people. We're getting recruits. We're getting clients. We're making money. And we're inspiring the masses, aren't we? And remember, this business is an inspiration business. Nothing more, nothing less. It's an inspiration business. If you don't inspire, you'll never truly build something big. And then the last thing right there is you got to check it off. It's called repeat. You do it again and again. The most boring things of life, really, those are the things that make you the most money. I wanted to become a professional baseball player when I was a kid. So you think about it for a second. As a professional baseball player, I would have got up every single day, hit 1,000 baseballs every single day, took 1,000 grounders every single day, go play a game that has 3 outs in every inning, every single day, and it has 9 innings every single game. It never changes. Everything's always the same. Nothing ever changes. Everything about baseball is continually the same thing all the time. Every single game. Boring. Imagine being a singer of a famous band. I mean, how many times has the Eagles sang Hotel California? They probably hate that song because they've sang it since the 70s. Throw up, right? All right. So how did I duplicate? Well, it was first through scripts, then tapes. Right. In case I put a picture of tape cassettes for y'all here, because in case some of you don't know what a tape cassette is, there's a tape cassette, there's a CD, there's DVDs that we duplicated with, PowerPoint presentations. You should always be putting your anything you're doing, you should be putting them on like a PowerPoint or of some kind, or Keynote or whatever. Websites. I have websites, alonzoacademy.com. If you guys want my presentations, if you guys want anything that I'm offering up to my new recruits, I even have my process book. It's there for free, guys. It's a 171-page manual. It's completely free on my website. Just do me a favor. It's not mandatory, but just do me a favor and at least register on the website on alonzoacademy.com. Just get on there and type in your email address, type in your phone number. Just again, and even if you didn't, you could still look at the stuff, but I just, do me a favor and do that. YouTube video messages we do now. Live trainings. These are the methods through the years that I was able to duplicate our business. And last but not least, I'm going to go a little bit over, but last but not least is become a master closer. So let's talk about that. Remember, people will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. Now, what does that really mean? Now, think about it for a second. Have you ever watched a commercial before? So what is an effective commercial? And by the way, we've all seen these commercials. And a little tip here: I don't watch commercials. I try never to watch a commercial, but of course I've watched them before. So that's what I'm talking from those rare times that I did see a commercial. But think about it for a second. What do they tell you? They tell you up front how terrible your life is right now with whatever it is that you're doing. And then what they do is they tell you how to fix that problem. So what we're trying to do when they first tell you about all that pain, they show the pots and pans everywhere, and does your kitchen look like this? Do you suffer with this? Is this right? So what are we're trying to avoid the pain. That's why we buy the product, because we do not want to have the pain. We want the pleasure that we're going to get from buying your product. For example, a lot of people, when they buy life insurance, they're buying life insurance even though they're not going to even be here. Think about it for a second. It's a pain that they're not even going to feel because they're not even going to be here. But somebody that markets a lot of life insurance, they're very good at making sure that the client understands that if, God forbid, something happened to you, would you want your family at a higher standard of living, lower standard of living, or remain at least the same? So when you ask that question in a presentation, now what happens is their brain starts to think. All right, what does their brain do? Their brain is thinking, that is painful to leave my family at a worse standard of living. So what are they going to say? They're going to say, well, a higher standard of living, or at least the same. I want my family to be okay. I don't want my family to suffer. I don't want, right? So even though they're never really going to feel the pain, they're actually buying the life insurance because of that pain. So just remember, learning how to persuade others is really going to shape your life. Um, Probably going to be one of the most important things you'll ever do in your life is learning how to persuade others to your way of thinking. Um, the other thing is repetition is the mother of skill. So, it's not going to be one day you're going to figure all this out. And by the way, in my process book that's on alonzoacademy.com, go there and check it out and read the book, download it on your iPad, read the 171 page manual, and it's going to give you word for word all of my closing scripts, all my closing ideas, every single step of how I go from start to finish to get the check, and even how to get the check is in there. But it's repetition that's going to get you great at it. Influencing you is 80% of the battle. You got to influence you. I believe in life insurance. I believe in investments. I believe in the opportunity. So therefore, 80% of the battle's already done because I already believe it. It's already in my mind. I already know what I'm doing is right, good, correct, amazing. And I've seen it countless thousands and thousands of people. So I already know that it's good. But that's a big challenge for a lot of you, especially if you're newer. That's the battle that's going on in your brain right now is you haven't been influenced yet. You have not influenced yourself yet. You don't believe yet. So therefore, you're a little more timid. You're a little bit less confident. Influencing the client is 20%. And once you believe with absolute certainty, you're going to easily transfer that feeling to others. And just remember, is power. And just so you know, I mean, it's attractive. When you meet somebody with confidence, it's very attractive. And so if it's attractive, people tend to want to be around attractive things. And so my goal is always to try to up my confidence, not just to be confident, just to go out there and just be confident about whatever I want to be confident. No. But to actually do my homework. That's why I went to the library when I first got in business. And I read every book that I could on money, on insurance, because I wanted to know my stuff inside and out, because that's what gave me the confidence. Well, I went on a lot of appointments. With my trainer because that, those appointments made me feel confident that we were doing the right thing. Because, man, we were saving people money and recruiting people. People were excited about going into business with it. It was amazing. I think we recruited like 10 people and 20 sales in my training while I was in training. Manage your prospect state through solid yes momentum questions. What does that mean? So when I told you a couple minutes ago, I ask all my clients, if God forbid something were to happen to you, would you want your family at a higher standard of living, lower, or remain at least the same? And they always say same or higher. That is a yes momentum question. Even though they didn't say yes, when they say the same or higher, that's a yes. So those type of questions, which is what you really want. Like, I'll sit with a client, and when I first sit with them, I always ask them, what's the most important thing in your life to you? And they say, well, my family. Even though it's not a yes or no, it's really a yes when they say family. Because if they say family, it's going to be more likely that they're going to want to protect their family. It's going to be more likely that they're going to want to invest for the future for their family. It's going to be more likely they're going to start a college fund. It's going to be more likely that they're going to want to make more money for their family. So when you ask those yes momentum questions, people tend to be persuaded to your way of thinking a little bit easier. Of course, always be honest and transparent, because that's what builds trust. I want to create trust with my clients. Look, that's why when I'm recruiting somebody, I always tell them I don't get paid to recruit you. So I'm very transparent about that. And what happens is when I tell somebody something like that, where, hey, look, I just want to be upfront, Deb. Really great talking with you, but I just want to let you know there's zero pressure today, like zero pressure. Like, you know, it's going to be what you feel is the right thing to do. At zero time, no time am I ever going to try to press you to do anything. Like when I say things like that, it puts people at ease. Right? It makes them feel comfortable. It makes them start to trust me a little bit more. And then when I say something like, I just want to let you know, Deb, also the other thing's very, very important that you know, I don't get paid to recruit you. That's why you're not going to feel any pressure. We're just going to have a conversation for a couple minutes. If it's something that the light bulb goes on and you feel is awesome, cool. If not, no harm, no foul. That sounds fair, doesn't it? And that is how you create that trust, because then they start feeling like, hey, look, I like this guy. And then they kind of open up and then they tell you all their information. And then we're able to kind of guide them to whatever is best for them. Because ultimately, that's what I want. I want what's best for them. If I sit down with somebody and they absolutely do not, I say, do you like people? And I hate people. That's the wrong business. You can't. Our business is not the business if you don't like people, right? So, qualify the client's true needs and ask great closing questions. And look, number 4, last thing is build your brand and become a connector. I want to encourage you guys. I have lots of videos on social media, lots of information to get in your hands. Just remember that 10,000 followers equals appointments and recruits every day. You have to start mastering the art of social media. And I don't have enough time to get into all that. Maybe you guys will have some questions on that I can answer. But this has been so much fun. I want to let you guys know that every Wednesday morning, I do a Wealth on the Beach Club. There's a lot of our Wealth on the Beach Club men and women that are on this call even right now. So thank you for being on. It's so cool to see your guys' faces. I'm going to see all of you on Wednesday morning. But if anybody joins today, and if you need the link, just go to alonzoacademy.com. In the Wealth on the Beach Club, there's a tab up there. You can click on that, click on the link, and it'll take you there. Or you can even DM me and say, hey, what's this all about? What is the Wealth on the Beach Club? It's basically me every single Wednesday morning doing similar to what I'm doing right now with you guys. Having a lesson, right? We do a lesson. And I usually do get done by a half an hour, but we're doing a lesson. And then we go right into a Q&A, which we're going to do right now. But I kind of wanted to share this with you tonight, not only to hopefully bring some value. And look, I got tons of free stuff. If it's not something you're interested, that's okay too. I still love you. I still like you. I get so many DMs every single day. You guys have no idea. Like my box is full up. It fills up every single day of my life. And the reason why I started Wealth on the Beach Club is not to get rich, which, by the way, I'm not rich because of Wealth on the Beach Club. I want to make sure you guys are clear. This is not I do not profit on this. This is not a profit money-making thing for me. This is my opportunity to answer everybody's questions, but I want to really spend time with the people that are actually going to do what I'm telling them to do. And when you have a little bit of skin in the game, it's a little bit of a cost involved, when it's a little bit of something attached, you're going to take it probably a little bit more seriously. And I found that is the case. We've seen people go from nothing to 100,000. I've seen people go from 100,000 to 300,000. Been doing it for a couple of years now. We've had some incredible success stories. But I just want to let you guys know, if you do join today, you're going to get a free one-on-one lesson with me. So we're going to do a lesson together, just me and you, one-on-one, and of course, a Q&A. And I just want you to know that I'm going to do that for everybody that joins today. So if 100 of you join today, hallelujah, I'm going to be a busy man, but I'm willing to do it. Somebody told me I'm crazy for doing that, but I'm doing it because I want to connect with people that want to win, man. That's really what this comes down to. I want to connect with people that want to win in their lives and want to do something great with their life. And again, if you missed this, make sure you're following me on Clubhouse. You get on YouTube, Start liking and subscribing. Look, it helps me out, guys. If you're loving all the free stuff that I'm throwing out there, God bless you. I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that. I go on a lot of websites and I get free stuff all the time too. So ain't nothing wrong with taking the information, but just do me a favor. And I do this all the time, man. When I go on, I always pick subscribe. I always do like. I always make sure I give them a little love. Maybe give them a little comment or something like that. Just tell them I appreciate it, because it really does help with the algorithms. It gets more people. If you like a video, like it, subscribe to it, leave a comment, because it helps other people get eyeballs on that certain piece of content. So of course, I'm on Instagram like crazy. I love when you guys comment. I love when you guys like. I love when you guys share. It really means the world to me.